DU has been showing us what we can do, and it's that can-do spirit that I believe in.
Take it.
Don't forget, Ducks Unlimited.
Ducks Unlimited Television is brought to you by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting.
Welcome to DUTV. I'm Ainsley Beeman. In this episode of DUTV, Zach Peterson takes to the frigid waters of Lake Erie for diving ducks with DU Canada's Pat Keogh and his friend Brody Thompson. Layout boats for big water divers is advanced technical work, and by compressing 3 tough days of hunting with the magic of television, this episode is sure to give you a glimpse of all that it demands. Lake Erie is next on DUTV.
This hunt here on Lake Erie has been something I've been looking forward to all summer. Last fall, I got a chance to meet and hunt with Pat Keogh of DU Canada. After getting to know him and really enjoying spending time with him, I knew this was going to be another awesome week together. Pat, tell us a little bit about the different types of ducks we're going to be shooting today and what we can expect.
Just early November, and redheads, canvasback, and bluebill have come to Long Point Bay to stage. There's several thousands of them here, hundreds of thousands actually. And what we're waiting for today is the wind's supposed to pick up. We're hoping they're going to fly along this north shoreline and come into the decoys. We've got a couple of hundred diver decoys out. We're hunting the shoreline today. We were going to layout shoot, but it's supposed to be a little rough for that. Tomorrow we're going to give that a run. And we should get redheads, scans, and bluebills here.
After Pat and I had some shooting, we had both shot a couple redheads. Brad hopped in the boat with us. It's really neat to be able to sit next to somebody that you're using their gear and spending time here in their backyard, and it gave Pat and myself a great opportunity to pick his brain and ask some questions. Learned about the walleye fishing and the salmon fishing up in this country and the different species of ducks they chase and their deer hunting, and that it'd be a neat opportunity to get back up here and hunt with Brody and Brad again in the future.
No, he definitely saw us.
Your bunch up front. They're coming. Come on. Those 3 are coming.
Yeah.
Finally. There it is. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Feet down, just perfect right there.
If you have ever harvested a dabbling duck and a diving duck on the same hunt, you've probably noticed some striking differences. Dabbling ducks, like mallards and pintails, are adapted for shallow water areas. Diving ducks, including ruddy ducks, canvasbacks, scaup, redheads, ringnecks, and sea ducks, are made for deep water. A diver's body and wings are compact. Its legs are set farther back, its feet are larger, and it has a lobed hind toe. These adaptations help propel the bird underwater. Though many diver species are doing well, scaup are below population goals. Scaup rely on healthy habitats in Canada's western boreal forest, where most of them breed. This expansive area faces a host of threats to its wetland habitats. Ducks Unlimited is working with its partners in the boreal forest to secure a brighter future for diving ducks. You can help by supporting DU's Boreal Forest Initiative. Go to ducks.org to find out more.
Coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in. Okay.
Took you 2 shots, Pat.
I know. Trying to perform for the camera.
All right, so these guys invite us up here to hunt. They let us use their gear. They put out the decoys. They won't let us help retrieve the ducks. And they bring us hot pizza. We decided to skip lunch because we're more interested in shooting ducks, and this is hitting the spot. What's the catch? I mean, unbelievable. Pretty awesome. Hot pizza on Lake Erie.
First morning, the wind was forecast to come up very strong, so we set off of point rather than the layout boats. Layout boats are great hunting, but not so great in rough water. The wind did come up about mid-morning. The action started to pick up. We've got a number of good redhead opportunities. We had good flocks coming right into the decoys, right into the pocket like they should.
Got that diver look to it right now, you know? Cloudy and windy.
All right, let's go.
Nice, good shot. Good looking pair there. That was awesome. Like I was telling you last night, I'm definitely a new diver hunter. You've taught me a ton about it so far today. Tell me a little bit about these birds, these redheads.
These birds would have been hatched this year on the prairies of Canada, probably Manitoba or Saskatchewan. The birds will split from here and go either down the Mississippi Flyway to the Gulf of Mexico or to Chesapeake Bay. So we're at a major intersection in migration
Big
here
staging
on the
area
Great
here.
Lakes. Yeah. As you can see today, there's hundreds of thousands of birds, most of them redheads and scob on the bay right now. Mid-November, peak of migration. The prairies have just frozen the last couple of days and the birds are moving through. Lucky to have a few swing by and look at our decoys.
Heck
so.
yeah, it's been an awesome shoot so far.
Small boats, kayaks, small watercraft that draft shallow, they can put you in areas that other people just are not hardy enough to get into where their birds are. Backwaters, sloughs, and marshes. But first, you got to get our retriever ready. These boats are unstable. They make a lot of noise on rocks, limbs. They don't have a lot of room, they're confined, and they're very difficult to get in and out of while being stable. So it's going to take some specialized training. And this is what we're going to do with Deke. We're going to teach Deke how to get in and out of these boats and be very comfortable, but you do it on land before the water. We start with our platform of our choice, and we teach our dog to get in and out. Deke. Good boy. We teach him to sit in the proper position. Sit. Now we've got him in the position we want. I want to make sure he's comfortable. I can back away. Stay, good boy. I can move the boat a bit because you're going to bump into things. And sometimes the dogs don't like to feel that. Will the dog get in and out? Deke. Load. Good boy. Once he's confident, it's time to move to the water. Not the deep water, shallow water. Just take your boat out, do a bit of a float. Once the dog is getting in and out in the water, we're simply going to pull the boat around. It's even better to have a rope. Push the boat out a little bit, pull it back to you. Get the dog moving in the boat where he can move around, sit still, move around, sit still, and he can feel the motion. And it's not going to spook him. One thing you do not want to do is get turned over in one of these crafts. Once the dog is floating on his own, I simply take my paddles, ease into the boat, and we push off for a float in deeper waters. Great opportunity to get into the backwaters in these small crafts. Good boy, Deke. There you have it, the easy way to get your dogs introduced to small boats. These little boats allow for you a new dimension to your wing shooting experience.
Duck Dog with Mike Stewart is presented by Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs.
Come on. Come on, turn in here.
That wasn't pretty, but he's down.
The action wasn't fast and furious. You know, every 15, 20 minutes there'd be a group of birds, and some would come in, some wouldn't. That first day we hunted sun up to sundown. Didn't even feel like we were out there that long. With the steady action, getting to know the guys, they say time flies when you're having fun, and that was the perfect example of day one. Getting ready to pick up the deeks, and an amazing bunch came right in. That was awesome. That was gorgeous. Time for dinner. Such a different experience, but absolutely awesome. These guys are incredible. They definitely have been doing this a while. They've perfected the system. On top of Brody and Brad, inviting us up here and letting us hunt with them, they also, opened their home to us. We spent some time in Brody's garage there, and those ducks we killed the first day, we cleaned them, we soaked them in a little water, threw them on the grill, and made an awesome dinner and an opportunity for all us to sit in lawn chairs in a circle there in the garage and talk about hunting and fishing and life and really get to know one another. And like I've said so many times before, that's really what duck hunting's all about. I just came down to the public boat ramp. Hopefully I can make some new friends. And these guys invited me out. A guy named Pat. Seems kind of sketchy, but he claims I can hunt with him today. Our second morning on Lake Erie started the same at the boat ramp with the big boats. After our 7-mile run out to the area that we were gonna hunt, we got out of the big boats and hopped into the layout boats, which was awesome. This is part of this trip that's really unique to this area and unique to this style of hunting. The sun was coming up, decoys got set, and we hopped in those layout boats. Now you see me, now you don't. Oh my God, is that bird moving on the left? Unbelievable. Buffleheads? Yeah. I'll be honest, the first couple ducks that came by, I just straight up missed. I didn't feel comfortable, and it took me until that third time I shot to get comfortable with my position, get comfortable with swinging on these birds that are moving really fast. And after that third bird from there, I caught on, got a little confidence, and definitely started knocking some birds down. They seem really big. Woo, they were moving.
Today we're going to make duck and caramelized onion pizza. First we take a yellow onion and we're just going to thinly slice it up. And then we're going to take this onion and we're going to put it in the bottom of a Dutch oven. We're going to take our duck and we're going to just put it right on top. All we've done is rinsed it and dried it really well. I'm going to cut my garlic head in half just like this. And I'm just going to pop it straight in here. I'm going to drizzle them with olive oil and I'm going to season them with salt and pepper. And we're going to stick them in a 350-degree oven for 2 hours. So I've roasted my ducks and I took them out of the oven and I let them cool just enough so that I could handle them. And what I did is I took off all the skin and I shredded the meat, and so I have all this great flavorful duck meat. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to make caramelized onions. You really want to use a yellow onion. They have a lot more sweetness. So my onions have been cooking for about 20 minutes and I'm going to now build my pizza. So I'm going to start with some goat cheese. And it'll actually kind of be nice because the duck meat is so rich in flavor, so this kind of adds a nice different kind of flavor to it. Whenever you're building a pizza, always kind of season the crust or a little bit of the cheese. And then I'm going to add a little flavor with some rosemary. And so then I'm going to take my duck meat and I'm just going to kind of spread it evenly all over the pizza, because this is the good part. And now I'm going to take my caramelized onions. And now for that cheesy part that everybody loves on a pizza. You could use mozzarella. I like to use Fontina cheese. You can buy this at any grocery store. And then I'm going to add a little bit more salt and pepper over the top for flavor. I'm going to pop this in a 450-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on it. This looks so good. Your family is going to love it. For this recipe and more just like it, go to ducks.org.
Author Jennifer Chandler's latest book is the Southern Pantry Cookbook. For more information and recipes, visit cookwithjennifer.com.
Today I want to talk about emergency repairs in the field. You know, a lot of little things can go wrong with your gun in the field, and if you're just prepared with a few simple tools, you can solve a lot of the problems that you'll run into. First thing, if you've got room for in a bag, is a collapsible cleaning rod. This isn't for cleaning the gun so much as for clearing obstructions out of the barrel. If you get mud stuck down and packed down in your barrel, you'll need something like this. I've tried to use sticks. Sticks don't work very well. You want a rod like this. Second thing you'll need if you get gunk inside your gun is something to pop the trigger group pins out. This knife here has got a pin. I can use this to take the trigger out. And then I've got this is kind of a little plastic dental pick. This is a nylon brush. You can use these, you can scrub out the mud or the weed seeds or whatever's in there. Get those out of your gun, get it cleaned up and working again. And then finally, I'll bring some CLP, some kind of a break-free CLP or nitro CLP product. That to me is the best in-field lube because you can use it to clean the gun. It'll also oil the gun. If your firing pin is gummy, put some of this on the firing pin. Usually that will make them work again. And a rag just to keep the gun cleaned off and get mud and debris off of it. And those are simple things that happen to guns in the field, but if you need anything more than that, what you really need is the best repair kit of all, and that is an extra gun. And that's Duck Gun for DUTV.
Look at this dude.
Conserving these large staging areas in the Great Lakes is a critical mission of Ducks Unlimited Canada. These areas are very important to migratory waterfowl, very important to continental populations, and they remain at risk. And DU is working to conserve those wetlands, restore wetland habitat, and make sure that diving ducks can have areas to stage and migrate into the future.
You know, for that first couple hours, the action was fast and furious. We were missing some birds, we were hitting some birds, we were having a blast. The sun came out, the wind died, and it turned into a day more suited for the golf course. When the conditions are like that, the canvasbacks and the redheads, they don't get pushed off the big lake. They're fat and happy in the sun out there. So we kept hunting, we stayed positive, we were having fun. Brody dropped off pulled pork sandwiches and bottles of water, which hit the spot. Picked off a few more, but at that point the hunt was pretty much over. Overall, our time here in Ontario on the north side of Lake Erie has been absolutely awesome. Really neat to come and hunt a new place, meet new people, and have them welcome you with such open arms. You know, we get the chance to hunt in Canada a decent amount, and the people up here every single time are so generous, which makes hunting in Canada so awesome.
Big water divers on the U.S. and Canadian borders may be one of those experiences best enjoyed by a special breed of hardcore waterfowlers. But the work of Ducks Unlimited reaches across North America and all kinds of habitat. I hope you'll renew your DU membership or start a new conservation tradition with us by visiting ducks.org. Watch us on Pursuit Channel or online for our next episode. Thanks for watching, God bless, and see you right back here next time on DUTV.